Hey, everybody. Um, Today's topic is going to be about worrying, something we all do at some point or another. Myself included, I'm a big worrier. I worry about big things, small things, everything in between, things that have happened, could happen, will happen, probably won't ever happen, all the above. Maybe you do too. So maybe we'll find some encouragement here. Maybe we'll find some inspiration here to rid ourselves of worry and figure out what to replace it with, what to do about it. So, first off, why is worry bad? What does it do to us? Well, for starters, it robs us of our peace, it robs us of our joy. It takes our focus away from what we're here for, what our purpose is in this life. And another thing it does is it allows us to assume a role of master in our own life. It allows us to assume responsibility for things that we're not really responsible for, or trying to control things in our life that we really don't have control over. Master is not a role that we were ever designed to play. That's God's role in our life. He controls what goes on in our life, what goes wrong, what goes right. We can't keep all the plates spinning in the air. We can't keep our hands on all of the irons in the fire. We're not made for that. We're not meant for that. So, what can we do about it? What should our response be? Well, the Bible has a lot to say about this. And one of the things that it says about worrying is comes from Matthew 6:27. It says, "Can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life?" It's talking about how fruitless, how pointless, how unproductive worrying is. Matthew 6:34 says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." That's very true. Each day can have its own problems. We don't need to worry and focus about what has not yet come. 1 Peter 5:7. Here's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to cast all of our anxiety on Him because He cares for us. Psalm 55:22. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. That's a cool verse. Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." We're supposed to talk to God. We're supposed to tell Him what's on our mind. We're supposed to give Him our requests with a spirit of thanksgiving, not making demands to Him. Jeremiah 17:7-8. This is a really good one. "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him," not themselves, in Him. "They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It doesn't fear when the heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought, and it never fails to bear fruit." There's a lot of takeaways from that. One of the first is where your confidence is, where your confidence should be. It should never be in yourself. We fail miserably, we fail often. Our confidence should never be in anything but God. Secondly, this tree was planted by the water and its roots were by the stream, it was close to the thing that gives it life. It was close to the source of its nourishment. It was close to the thing that allows it to grow and flourish. It has no worries in a year of drought, and it never fails to bear fruit. It consistently and always lived out its purpose. It did what it was designed to do because it was close to the source of its strength, the source of how it grows and how it produces. It was fruitful because it was near that source. So, if worry's bad and we shouldn't worry, we should pray. In all things, we should pray. But what is something we can replace our worry with? Well, one thing is faith. Faith is confidence, according to Hebrews 11:1. Faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Faith is knowing that the future is going to be okay. It's knowing that good things are in store for us in the future. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." God has good things for us. God has a plan for us. Our plans don't often go well. They don't often go right. And there is the saying, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. That's very, very true. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts." God is on a different wavelength than us. He thinks in a different league than we think. He knows everything that's going on everywhere, at all times, in everyone's mind, in every situation. He knows. He's planned for it. He created us and every situation we've ever been in. He knows far more than we ever will about what's going on. So our faith is put in the hands of a powerful God, of a God who is in control of everything at all times. Psalm 33:6 says, "By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, their starry hosts by the breath of his mouth." He didn't need a hammer. He didn't need nails. He didn't need any kind of machinery. Before anything ever existed, he created everything that we know with his words. He spoke it into existence. How awesome. He's the commander of legions of angels, supernatural beings. His army is a supernatural army that he hosts, that he commands. Romans 11:33, "Oh, the depth of the riches, both of wisdom and of knowledge of God. How unsearchable are his judgments and unfathomable his ways." That's pretty cool. Deuteronomy 7:9, "Know therefore that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments." He's omnipotent, he's omniscient, he's all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere, at all times, constant, never changing. He is a just God. He is a loving God. He is a compassionate God. He extends grace to us. He's extended salvation to us. He knows how many hairs are on our head. He knew us before we were ever born. He has a plan for us. Friend, with your faith in a God like that, what are you worried about? He's got us. He's got all of us. Guys, be good. Have a great today and a better tomorrow. Hope this finds you well. Hope this was encouraging. I need this myself. This is for me just as much as it is anyone else. So, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.